And so this just happened. And despite my Auntie Mary's text chats just urging people to watch The Forge on Netflix again, even if you've seen it 3 or 4 times, which I have, to keep the eyeballs off Donald Trump, I couldn't help it. While many people traveled near and far to see the inauguration and were left in the cold, literally, as it was moved inside because of the bitter cold and the icy conditions, the people that were around could only watch it from TVs and cell phones and maybe some TikTok videos of what was going to happen inside the Rotunda Dome. Now, the shortened, kind of tight, intimate situation went off without very many hitches, other than the big one being Carrie Underwood and her music, her track not going off properly for America the Beautiful, which they got through anyway. She sang a cappella and everybody in the room sang together, and it was wonderful. And then number 45, formerly 40, or 47, formerly 45, got a chance to give his speech, his opening crowning speech for his new administration. And it was not quite American Carnage, but it wasn't that far off. It was not the happy speech or the speech that is, this is where we're going. It was a speech like, this is what I'm going to do in about 20 minutes. He outlined an agenda that's happening right now. We normally talk about the first 100 days of a presidency. That's why Rachel Maddow is back on TV 5 days a week. He's going to sign about 100 executive orders sometime this afternoon. Right now, they are lunching at the in the dining hall, the center, the big room they have at the Capitol, where they have the big lunch and everybody's celebratory. President Joe Biden has got on the plane and went back to Delaware to live off his life and on the farm, if you will. And Trump's going to celebrate just for a little bit longer and then go to work, literally. Now, they have, as I said, 100 executive orders they're going to sign today. They're going to deal with a lot of things going forward. I don't think they're signing the flag on Mars today. I think that's going to take a little time. But energy, immigration, and education, 3 big tasks that will be signed into executive order as long as many things today. Let's start with immigration. Trump intends to declare a state of emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border today. This will initiate mass deportations, which will start probably tomorrow, and end birthright citizenship, which I don't think he can actually do. But he's going to try to. These things will happen. He also said he's going to bring back or turn it back on, whatever he's going to do, the stay in Mexico policy. Essentially, when he shuts down the border and builds that big shiny wall, everyone that's coming in from the southern border will have to wait there and be processed properly. Spoiler alert, they will do what they can to not process them properly and just not try to come over to our side and seek asylum. Asylum must be taken in before they come across the border, so it can be done properly. Spoiler alert, they're going to delay all that as much as possible. No delay in energy, as he, being Trump, declared a national energy emergency. We have a national state of emergency for the border and now an energy emergency. And he said, drill, baby, drill, within 10 words of that sentence. He's going to promote fossil fuel development, aiming to reverse environmental policies from previous administration, i.e. Biden, and of course, drill as much as possible, gain as much as possible, fill the reserves as quickly as possible, and sell our energy to other folks. Makes sense. Could make sense. Makes real sense. We'll see how much sense it makes and how fast we can do the drill, baby drill, because sometimes it takes, expanding on energy. I may not be the biggest proponent of solar or new energies, but he basically flat out said the new Green Deal is dead, although it's not actually alive at all, and just said we're going to just drill. His answer to everything was drill, baby, drill. He also talked education. The plans are to abolish the Department of Education and eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in federal agencies. Now, Linda McMahon is the head of the Department of Education, at least will be if confirmed. And so he basically put someone in a job to kill the job, which, if you know her background for dealing with education, seems like the great way she would do this. Also, DEI programs, which is getting a lot of, I'll say, flack these days for what it actually is supposed to be and what they actually do and how they're targeted, are going to be eliminated. Now, from a guy with my complexion, sounds like a little, I won't say the word, but it starts with an R and it ends with ist, and you can kind of guess where I'm going with that one. And it's not just for people of this complexion. People of all complexions are just sort of people who are marginalized in general. This is going to affect a lot of more white women than you think it will, because diversity, equity, and inclusion means making sure that the gals trying to break glass ceilings once they bust it aren't flooded with and killed in the process, and are actually given more equal shares and things going forward, and not just token spots like people that look like me. It's complicated. It's real complicated. But Donald Trump, not as complicated as we think. Simple plans. He says what he's going to say. He'll joke about it. He'll make it sound funny. He'll throw set of offshoots and things. But when he says what he's going to say, and he does those things he says he's going to say, don't be surprised when those things come to pass. And if there's something in the back of your head that says, well, if he does that, won't that mean this? And then this happens from that? Don't be surprised with the backlash, with the things that don't work, the unintended consequences, and all the crazy that goes along with it. Now, you may believe that you're in a group that is marginalized based on other people who were marginalized in the past now getting their way fairly or unfairly. That is fine. But as been noted by many, many folks, especially, oddly enough, Dave Chappelle on Saturday Night Live this past weekend, he's the president for all of us. And Dave Chappelle said no ill words against Donald Trump in the long 20-minute long monologue he gave on Saturday, said, you're our president. We got your back. We know what happened in the last 4 years. Just do better. That's all that was asked for. That's all most of us actually ask for. There are people who are extremely militant about Donald Trump and have real reasons not to like him being in office. Most of it regards less power that they have, which is a failing we have as humans, and it just is what it is. In the meantime, Donald Trump, we need you to do better. The speech, better than American Carnage, but not quite better. We got 4 years to play this game out, and then we hand it over to Vance and see what happens there. And there, we're pretty sure we're not going to get better. My opinion of many. We shall see. In the meantime, the first 4 years, the first 100 days, by in the next 10 minutes after I post this, the first of a couple of executive orders will be signed. We'll see what happens going forward. It's going to be a long Monday, long 4 years. So make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're stretched out. Make sure you focus on what's going on. Because as we said, we got time to kill.